All right, sorry about that. At the beginning, my screen was shared by accident and it wasn't going back to my original screen. So thank you so much for being here with us on this lovely Friday. Welcome. We're here at the City Ready session, part 1. And my name is Edwidge Dupard, the Peer Mentor Coordinator for the first year services at the Peer Mentor Lab at San Diego City College. And I have with me the wonderful, the amazing peer mentor, Diane.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday.
Thank you, Diane. I know, right? It's Friday. I'm super excited about that. I know you all probably had a long week with homework and studying, and we're gonna make this very interactive and engaging and as fun as possible while learning some really great tips and resources on campus that can support you along your academic journey. And that's what it's all about, making sure that you're successful through this journey and having fun, enjoying your time, not only going to college, but being involved in being the college, right, Diane?
Yeah, being part of this community is wonderful. So we really want to connect you and, make sure that you know that you're part of our family.
Yes. Thank you so much, Diane. So before we begin, before we jump and dive right into it, I just wanted to let you guys know that City Ready sessions were created with you in mind. So our first part is about helping you navigate the My SDCCD and Canvas portals. As well as understanding all the resources that San Diego City College has to offer. So we're gonna review the San Diego City College webpage and the online remote student services page that was created to have all of the departments in one place for your reference and for accessibility. So you can get in contact with the support services, programs, and resources that you need. So basically that's why City Ready was designed. We have a part 2, which I'll let Diane discuss.
Yeah, so in our part 2 session of City Ready, we go over how to build skills with study skills and time management. So it's catered for you to succeed academically in your classes. And so that happens after this session. We will do it for next week. So you guys can log in. We go over, once again, time management, study skills, but also resources that can help you academically that are there for you to take advantage of.
Yes. Thank you so much, Diane. So a little bit about myself. I've been with City College for about 10 years now, and I graduated in May, and Diane graduated in May as well. And so now we're kind of just furthering our education at this moment. And we wanted to make sure that we gave you some background. And so I am a mother, and I work full time, as well as I work for City College. So I know the difficulties and challenges that it might take for you to balance out life and for you to make sure that you're successful in each area. So the Peer Mentor Lab is here to support you through those challenges. And so Diane, you want to give them a brief background about yourself?
Of course. So I'm a first generation college student, and I was also formerly in the Promise program. My cohort actually was part of the pilot program. So I was very fortunate to be part of the program. That's how I got connected with Edwidge, because I had my own peer mentor, and she really helped me get connected with resources, but she also helped me not only academically, but with my own self-confidence and self-advocacy. She really helped me through that, because I did feel a little bit lost at the very beginning, but they connected me, they guided me through my journey. Now I was able to graduate last spring as well. So I have an associate's in small business accounting, which I'm very happy about. And right now I'm looking to get a Spanish certificate, just to build on, my career.
Wow. Just hearing that, Diane, I'm so proud of you. Seriously, I'm so proud of you. And as Diane said, she was a peer. And I mean, she was a mentee. Now she's a peer. So she's giving back what she learned. And that's the unique thing about the Peer Mentor Lab, is that most of the peer mentors are students, just like yourselves, and they're experienced, and they have the knowledge and the skills and the information it takes to be successful. They have, gone through the journey, or still going through that journey. So it's really unique. It's students helping students, students supporting students. So as Diane said, we're here for you. So we're gonna jump right into it and get started with this lovely session. So let me just share my screen here. 1 second, guys.
And then just as a reminder, you can get connected with us, the peer mentors. You can call us for support. I will be putting the information on the chat so that you can take advantage and get connected with us, because we love connecting with you, assisting you in every way we can, as well as inviting you to these workshops and seminars that we give. Right now we're giving every Friday, but during the semester we'll be giving out more that can help you academically and also personally here at City and beyond.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, thank you. Just making sure my computer is really slow and it's acting up a little bit, but we're working through the kinks right now, and I think I should be good to go. So here we are. And so we're here at the City Ready session. So the topics we're going to cover today, it's going to be the San Diego City College website, the remote online services, my SDCCD, and Canvas. So we have a lot of information in store for you guys. So the first thing I want to cover is our amazing, wonderful website, navigating the San Diego City College website. Making sure that you're familiar with this is really going to be an amazing tip and factor in your success, because right now, as you all know, we are closed. The campus is closed. So the website is a hub of information and ways that you can contact different departments on campus to receive the support you need or the information that you need to be provided with. So understanding how to navigate the City College website is going to be amazing for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into that right now. And so right here, in order for you to get to the San Diego City College website, you're going to put sdcity.edu in the search bar. And that's how you'll know you'll be prompted to the correct site. As you know, we have Mesa and Miramar and continuing ed within our district. So just make sure that when you're on the website, it says San Diego City College on the far left, upper left, and then on the upper right, you see the C logo, which means that you're on the right web page. Okay, so that's important. You want to make sure you're on the right site. Now, if you scroll a little bit down, you'll see where it says Remote Online Student Services. This is that one page, one-stop shop for you all to get in contact with the departments on campus. Also, there's a COVID-19 update where you can learn more about, recent updates, information on what's going on, important information from the chancellor, from the district as a whole. But we're just gonna dive into the Remote Online Student Services webpage right now. Now, as you can see, it starts with some information on COVID-19, like I said, and then it gives you that click here for the City College calendar. This is another unique resource because there's a lot of activities and events and workshops still going on, although we're closed. And the way you will be able to find out about these workshops, programs, and events is by going to the City College calendar where it's detailed out for you. We'll click that in a little bit. Also, there's an FAQ page for you all. If you have general questions or you have a question, you can't get in touch with somebody, you really need it to be answered right now, you should try this fact page. There's a lot of general frequently asked questions on here that can support you through that. I also want you to know that there is Wi-Fi available on campus on our lots, and I'll go through that as well. So I wanted to just briefly go through some of these tabs here. So the way the page works is that it's broken down into departments in these red tabs. And so when you click, I'm gonna go to Peer Mentor Lab. When you click here, you're gonna see a brief description of what the department is, what they offer and what it is. So basically, the first year services Peer Mentor Lab supports new students through the enrollment process and registration while providing all students with support, insight, and development. So it's gonna give you a brief description. Then you're gonna go down, you're gonna see some contact information like email, phone number, and then you'll have their web page. Sometimes on some of these tabs, they'll provide you with the link to schedule or make an appointment, whether that be through phone or through Zoom. And sometimes that link is a part of this brief description as well. But I'm going to click on our webpage. And so it prompts you to the department's webpage, where they'll list out in detail the services that they provide, workshops, events, activities, eligibility, requirements, all that stuff on their page. So this is our page, and as you can see, we have virtual online support services. We have a virtual support hour that we launched this beginning of this month. So that'll be listed on here, our number, email, social media platforms, and also just different types of workshops that we provide throughout the semester as well, evaluation and so forth and so on. So now let me go back, and we're gonna visit the, we're gonna visit the counseling. So we have counseling right here, and that's their number. They do have a number, and with the number, it is a front desk. I just want to make sure you guys take note that it is front desk. You won't be able to get into contact with the counselor, but you will be able to speak to a live representative. And so they have a number and email. And if you click their webpage is broken down into 2 or 3 parts. This one is basically the part where you can actually find information on booking appointments, scheduling appointments, like Ask the E-Counselor, drop-in sessions, which are 15 to 20-minute quick question appointments, which are very valuable. Also the E-Appointment, which is an hour appointment that you can kind of really go in depth and detail on your personal academic journey with your counselor or counselor. They have videos on their YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel, and you could try checking out their videos, as well as some helpful links, and so forth and so on. So this is one part of their website. But as you can see on the left-hand side, this says online counseling. So we're on that online counseling section. Then they have a personal growth section. They have a counseling workshop session. I'm gonna click that one. Now this is where they're gonna talk to you about workshops that are available and that you need to complete as a new student. So if you are a new student or returning student and haven't been at City College or in the college realm for a while, I would highly suggest and recommend that you complete the new student educational planning workshop. And this is on Canvas. It's super easy to enroll. The link is right on their page. It's so full of important information that can really help you in deciding your path and what you want to achieve or what you set out to aspire at City College. It's about 8 to 9 modules, I believe, and they go over unique things such as like milestones, educational plans that you can create, resources on at the college. So all you do is click here, and it prompts you to this site right here, and then you just start completing the modules. Like I said, educational goals, general education, and so forth. So definitely do that if you're a new student. I wanted to make sure I kind of let you guys know about that. There's also a new student orientation that you have to complete as well. And it's really super easy. Just click on the link and you'll be prompted to a series of modules as well. This one is more so about the campus as a whole. Like it gives you like information about City. The new student educational planning session kind of gives you in-depth knowledge about your pathway and your classes and your level, where you're assessed, like classes that you need to take. And so that's really unique about the new student educational plan session. I'm going to jump to one more tab, and then after that, we will be good to go on to the next section. Just go back here a little bit. All right, so let's go to the English Center. I want to let you guys know that tutoring services are available and they are free. And the great thing about it is that they're not only Monday through Friday, they're on Saturdays too. These sessions are available on Saturdays. So please take advantage of these services if you need extra assistance or extra TLC in some areas in the classes that you're taking. So I'm going to click on their website here. And as you can see, tutoring is now available on Canvas. Join for free. So you click this and then you'll be prompted, it'll open it up on Canvas, and then you can schedule appointments with a tutor. There's live tutoring, there's assignment submissions for tutor feedback, quick questions, live workshops. It's amazing, okay? I've used them, they're amazing. I'm still a student taking 1 or 2 classes this semester. So please take the time to visit their webpage, as well as the Math Center's webpage. They're also offering tutoring and on Saturday. So I wanted to just kind of briefly go over some of the tabs with you all so you can kind of understand how it's broken down, and we can move on now. So let's go back to the presentation. One second. All right. Alrighty. And now we went over the remote online student services. We went over how to contact them, where to find that contact information. I showed you where all the departments are listed, went over counseling too. So if there's any questions at all, please in the comment box, post your questions, comments, or if you just want to post your name and what you're majoring in. We want to hear from you. We want to get to know who you are. We can shout you out. This is an interactive and engaging workshop, and we'd like to hear from you. Now, if you haven't done so already, please sign in. We want to make sure that we follow up with everyone that attended this workshop to see how you're doing in your classes and as a college student. That's another resource at the Peer Mentor Lab. We connect with you on an individual basis. You're able to make appointments with the peer mentors and kind of talk to us about your academic journey or personal things that are happening in your life that you might need advice with or you want to share out. So definitely please sign in so we can follow up with you. And if there's any questions, you can list them now. Diane is in the comment box, the comment section. I'm gonna give about like 10 seconds for you to all do so, and then we will continue. All right, if there isn't any questions, we can move on to my SDCCD, and I will have Diane take over.
Hello, everyone. I had allow me to share my screen so that you can see. 1 second, please. So why is it so important to have access to my SDCCD? And I'll go over it while it loads. Well, as mentioned before, this website is a one-stop shop. So you can see your information on your financial aid, your classes, your grades. So that's why it's so important for you to have this website. It's also the main place where you would be registering for your classes. So as you can see on this slide, this is what the page looks like. You would be searching myportal.sdccd.edu to get onto the website. You would log in using your user ID and password. Your user ID would be your 10-digit student ID number, and then your password would be your 8-character password that you created when you created your account. It should have at least one symbol. Of course, when you created your account, if for whatever reason you had issues getting in, you had to create a set of security questions. If you have any issues logging in, make sure to contact the help desk. They're there for you to get in contact if it's an issue that you're not able to get into this website. Now I want to show you how to get in. So let me pause share. One second, please. So in real time, this is what the website looks like. And as you can see, you can just log in with your student ID number and then your password. And so we mainly want to go over how to add classes, how to pay for your fees, and also understand where you can find the financial aid tab so that you can go over this information for yourself. And then if you need any assistance, you know where to go, as we mentioned before. We already went over the departments, and we just want to make sure that you're aware of where these areas are. Okay. So 1 second while it loads. Okay, 1 second. Perfect. So on your homepage, you should see the first thing is this important message. You really want to go over this. Once again, it gives you a direct link to any coronavirus updates that there is across the campuses. Also, any important updates as in how to contact information, make sure that you're up to date and that you're checking your emails, and also financial aid updates. So for example, this update is about direct deposit. It's now available, and they give you a direct link to where you can even watch an online tutorial on how to set that up. So now I will be clicking close because I have already seen this information. And so the one thing I'm looking for is this college student dashboard. That's the one I want to select. As you can see, it has 3 people on here. There we go. So this is the main page, the main student dashboard. As you can see, it gives you a welcome message based on the campus or your main campus, and then your name. It gives you here any messages that you may have. You always want to check them. And then you have a list of your classes, and you can switch to your grades depending on if this is your first semester or if you already have another semester. You would select what semester and what semester you want to see for your grades. Okay. Now on the left side, you will see the main menu. So we have My Academics, where you would be able to see things like your ed plan. My Classes, where you would be able to search for classes. My Finances, which covers any financial aid accounting information. So if you need to pay anything. My Financial Aid talks about your financial aid. And then your personal information is where you would be able to edit that if you need to update your address. Now, if you scroll down, you have a lot of that information on this main dashboard. You have My Financial Aid, and you can see it by academic year and then by semester, and then your award that you're eligible for, your information like college of record, your satisfactory academic progress, and then if you have direct deposit, it'll let you know if you're enrolled or not yet. And then of course your to-do list. So this is the main way that financial aid, for example, would communicate with you in the case that you have to fill any information out. Then you have My Finances. So if you need to pay a health fee or any of your tuition, it would show here. Then we have Student Quick Links over here, which gives you direct links to things like Canvas, Student Information Center, if you need to search for a class, My Finances, financial aid, if you need to request an official transcript or even just view an unofficial transcript. It gives you the direct link for voter registration, and then a few other things, as you can see. And then you have calendars and deadlines that lets you know any important dates that you have to keep in mind for. And then again, it gives you My Success Path. So that gives you your goal, that one that you went over with the counselor, your major, your current academic standing, and then the catalog year that you are taking for that major. Now let's use one of these quick links mainly to register for a class. So let's click class search. So as you can see, this is the main searching area. If you already know the classes that you need and you already have that class number, you can always just go directly to Enrollment Add Classes, or even if you already have those classes added to your shopping cart, you can always just go directly to Enrollment Add Classes. In this case, because I don't have any classes in my shopping cart, I want to select some classes that I want to add. Right now, classes that are open are the ones that start in October, these 8-week courses. So let's search for those. So for example, we have, I want to select one at City. And let's say I'm looking for a very common class because it's general ed. So I'm looking for this English class, and I want to see if they have any one-on-one classes. And I want to make sure that they are only open courses. Now, as you can see, the institution, term and course career, I didn't change anything. The only thing that you would have to change anything about would be the term. So you always want to make sure that this is shows the semester that you're looking the class in for. So right now I'm looking for classes in the fall, but when the spring comes and you're registering for the spring, you want to change this to the spring semester or to whatever semester you're looking for classes in. For college, you want to select the campus that you want to attend the class at. So in this case, City College. For subject, you would select the subject. So it's English, it could be math, it could be history. And then under each subject, they have different courses. So that's where I picked my course, specifically to which one I wanted to take under this subject. I do have the option of selecting if I want it online or off campus. Right now, all classes are offered online, virtual. So I can always put that in, but right now I choose not to. And then for sessions, I can also select a different session. By all sessions, it means sessions that start at the beginning of semester, the primary term session, so those 16-week courses, or if I wanted specifically to search for the first 8-week session, which started in August and will end after 8 weeks, so sometime in October, and then the short second 8-week session, which starts in October and ends at the end of the semester. And then if I just want to see all short-term sessions in general, I could just click the last option, short-term session all. And then of course, if I already know that class number, I can just look for that here and just search without filling anything else out. For I want to go over additional search criteria because you do have this option where you can reduce your options to the meeting start time, the meeting end time, the days of the week, any maximum units that you want to take or minimum units, and even the instructor's last name. As of right now, I just want to make a general search for English, but this is here for you. Keep in mind that if you're using these search criteria, it reduces your list, and sometimes nothing will appear if you're trying to be really, really exact. So that's why I like searching in general first, and then from there, taking out and seeing what options I have. So for example, for this English 101 class, there are 15 class sections available. These ones have start dates from August 17th. So that's why they don't have the select option here. But if I continue scrolling down, there's one right here. It says 8-week. It started August 17th. It has this, but you always want to check the meeting date, because the meeting date will determine if the class is available or not. In this case, I noticed that there aren't any classes available because they have all started on the 17th. So that's where I either click new search or modify search. I always recommend selecting modify search because it gives me that option of keeping this search criteria. So I'm going to generalize my search further. And actually I will put short-term, short second 8-week session. So these are the classes I want to search for, and I only want to search for open classes. Okay. And so this should show me all classes that are available for the short-term second session. So all of these classes that start in October. So it gave me 30 class sections. And so these are the classes that start in October. As you can see, a lot of them are still open. So I can actually add these just right off the bat if I'm interested in taking that class or if it's part of my major. Let's say I want to take this Health 101 class. So I will select it. Okay. And then I would click next. If this one had a triangle, that meant that the class is waitlisted. So it's full, but you could still get on the wait list. I would click waitlist. And then click next. And so now it's in my shopping cart. Making it or putting it inside your shopping cart does not mean though that you're enrolled in the class. You still have to complete one step. I want to add one more course. Okay. And I want to choose, let's say, Math 210B, Concepts of Elementary School Mathematics. Actually, let's do this personal growth class. And so as you can see, it gives you the 8-week course section. So it's 8-week, the second session or the second part, start dates. It's completely online because it says City Web. It gives me the instructor name, the meeting dates. So it starts October 12th and then it ends December 14th. So at the end of the semester. And then it gives me the status. So that's how I know it's still open. The campus, and then location, it says online, no set meeting times. If the class said, for example, online or partially online, that meant that you still have to meet at some point. In this case, because we're not meeting on campus, you would be meeting through Zoom during the assigned dates. Okay, I'm gonna click select and then click next. Perfect. Another pointer I want to make sure that you are aware of is that, for example, this button gives you the deadlines. So it gives you the add and drop deadline, the refund deadline, and the withdrawal deadline. So keep these dates in mind if you're not sure about the class, if you're not sure and you might have to drop it later. Know the difference between dropping a class and withdrawing from a class. In this case, it's if you drop before the deadline, this drop deadline, then you won't get a W on your record. But then after this, you will, after this date, you will get a W. And then after the withdrawal deadline, if you didn't withdraw from the class, you will receive a grade for the class, even if it's good or bad. And then of course the refund deadline. So you're eligible for a refund of enrollment fee or any applicable fees if you drop by this date. So keep these dates in mind. So now I'll be adding the classes, being that I already added 2 classes, and as you can see those classes in your shopping cart. Okay, and now you want to click Enrollment Add Classes. And so these are the 2 classes I have that I want to add. Up until here, you want to make sure that these are all the classes that you want to add and that they're in your shopping cart. If you need to delete anything, you can just click this little trash can over here. Okay, and so now I will proceed to step 2 of 3. Okay. There we go. So once again, it prompts you to confirm your classes and make sure these are the classes that you want to take. And I want to finish enrolling. A good pointer though, I want to mention when you're waitlisting a class, it's okay if it says closed. As long as you have the permission code and you inputted it before, then it will allow you to add the class. Now let's click finish enrolling. Okay, and as you can see, Health 101 gave me an error because I already took it. So it's letting me know why I can't take this course or why I wasn't able to add the class. Now, Personal Growth 110, it gives me that I was able to successfully enroll in the class. And as you can see the difference, one gives me a red X, the other one gives me a green check mark. And it tells me that this class has been added successfully to my schedule. Okay, so I can either, if I forgot about a class and I want to add it, I can always go back to add another class. Otherwise, I can just go to my class schedule, and on my class schedule there, I can see all the classes that I added, any classes that I have dropped. It really outlines my schedule for the semester. Now, if I want to pay for these classes, that's where I would go to my finances and click tuition and fees. And right here, it would show me any fees that I need to pay, like my tuition and the health fee if I haven't paid for it already. I can also pay for a parking permit here or an a associate student card, as you can see up here. Right now it says I don't have any charges due, but I can always see my receipts under payments. If I want to make a payment, I would click make a payment. And as you can see, I don't have anything owed. But then here it would show me if I owe anything, and it would prompt me to input my information in so I could pay for these fees. Okay. Now, if I wanted to drop any of the courses I just added, or let's say if you're on the wait list for a class, you already got that permission number and you just want to add it, you want to go to enrollment drop classes. And as you can see, it shows you the classes that you're currently taking. From the classes that you're currently taking, you would select the class that you want to drop. You would select it here. You want to click drop selected class. And right here, it says confirm your selection. So you want to double check that you're dropping the right class. You wouldn't want to drop the incorrect class. And then I would just click finish dropping. Okay, and so I've been successfully removed from this class. Okay. And remember, if you need any details about the class that you're not sure if you want to take, or if it's the right class, or if that class needs books, this class search catalog is very helpful because it has everything. As I mentioned before, it has the deadlines, but it also gives you the class details. Let's say for this business class, I'm not sure if I want to take it. I would click class details. It gives me the status and most of the information that was already on the main page, but it also gives me any enrollment information. So for example, class attributes, if it's degree applicable, the class availability. So this is very useful if you're looking to waitlist a class. You can choose and see which one has less people on the waitlist, and that way you know that you have more probabilities of getting into the class. Also the description. So if you're not sure about a class and you want to know what it's about, you want to read over this to see if it interests you. And then of course, if you want to see any textbooks or other materials that you may need, you want to click to view the this link. It would lead you to go into the City College bookstore and see what books are needed for this specific course. And once again, you want to click view search results. This is a good tip to note. You do not want to click the back arrow on My CCCD. You can, obviously, it does work, but sometimes it can send you all the way to the main dashboard. So it's easier if you just click view search results. This will just send you directly to the search results page rather than send you all the way to the beginning. Okay. And of course, if on the main page you see anything under My Classes, for example, you always want to check that your schedule is here. You can also select class number, class details, and deadlines if you need to review any of that. Or for financial aid, if something doesn't look right and you have questions about that, you're welcome to contact the financial aid office or call us if you are not sure about anything. We can guide you through and see what's going on to refer you to the right department. And so if anyone has any questions on My CCCD, you're welcome to ask them right now. I do want to wait a little bit for you guys to ask any questions because I realized there was a lot of information just about the college student dashboard on My CCCD. And as you can see, it has a lot of information. And before we move on to Canvas, I want to go over the free Wi-Fi hotspots that are available on campus. As you can see, it's City College Parking Lot 5 between 16th and C. It is behind the Child Care Center, and it's right here, if you can see. Okay. There you go. And so make sure that you are abiding by the parking guidelines. So remember that for best reception, you want to use the parking spaces near the buildings, park and mark space, staff space or student parking spaces, and then park in every other space so that there is a space between vehicles. Make sure you're keeping that social distancing. Only owners of a valid disabled placard may use the disabled parking spaces. And then only members of the same household in each vehicle. Remember social distancing. We want to keep you as safe as possible. Occupants must remain in the vehicle. The restrooms and other on-campus services are not available, so remember that. And then college police will be monitoring the parking lot. Remember that student code of conduct and all other parking guidelines are in effect, and that a parking permit, student ID, or class schedule is required. So for your class schedule, a screenshot or a printout is okay. But this information is also on the San Diego City College Remote Online Services website that we mentioned earlier and talked earlier about. It's on that same page at the very beginning. You will see that they have those guidelines there for you to read over. And if you have more questions on Wi-Fi or how to access it, you're welcome to check that website out. Okay. So once again, does anyone have any questions so far? Okay. If not, then we can move on to Canvas. And so what is Canvas? Well, Canvas is a website. It's like it's an online platform that you can see your classes in. The Canvas website is an online student platform where you can have access to your own classes in a virtual modality, and then the professors would be communicating and putting up all the information you may need for the class specifically. Now, as you can see, this is what Canvas looks like when you go to log in. Make sure that you have the San Diego Community College District logo on here. That's how you know that you're on the right page. You can search SDCCD Canvas, that works, or you can just search the link directly, sdccd.instructure.com. Make sure that you're logging in with your 10-digit user ID and password. Your password would be your birth date, which is 2 numbers for the month, 2 numbers for the day, and then 2 numbers for the year. And so if any of that is different, or if you're not able to log in, you definitely can call Canvas support. The other thing I want you to know, if you have changed your password already, you want to click forgot password, because if you changed it, then obviously it won't be your birth date. And then the other thing is your user ID would be your 10-digit student ID number, and you have to be logged in or enrolled in a course to be able to access Canvas. If, let's say, you enrolled in the class later or right before the class started, then you may not have access until about 24 hours. A lot of times you are able to access Canvas sooner, but remember that you do have to be enrolled in a class. Okay, and so once again, you need to be enrolled in a course. The dashboard will have your class shell or your multiple classes. And then each professor structures their shell differently, not completely different, but in general, they accommodate it according to that specific course and what they are teaching and how they are teaching that course. So sometimes you will find everything on Canvas for your specific class, and sometimes you will be referred to different websites because that's how the class is given. And so it depends on the subject, on the professor, and just in general on the course. So as you can see, this is my personal Canvas. Let me resume share. There we go. So it looks like I have 6 classes, but in reality, I have 4. We're going to talk about this one later on, but basically this is the English Center tutoring Canvas dashboard, which I have access to, and I was able to enroll to submit any of my essays that I wanted to for review. And you can do this too. We will show you how to do that, or we can refer you on how to do that. Now I want to show you 2 different types of Canvas courses. So the first one, this one, it's at Mesa, but the unique part about this class is that it's completely online. So even before we went virtually online, this one it's an online class that's meant to be online. And the reason why, it's because it's a computer class focused on training you on Word. So how to use Microsoft Word. And so as you can see, my professor gives us announcements and reminders every week, letting us know what's due for this week, gives me a to-do list on the side, any recent feedback for this specific class, any information that I should know, for example, quick facts, letting me know how to contact them. And then on the left side, I have the home button. Then I have announcements where I can just directly have access to all of these announcements, any module, so any information for each subject or chapter that he wants to make sure I know, or she wants me to make sure I know. And then because this particular class, even though it's on Canvas, I have to do some set of work on a different website. She gives me the link right here. So I have access to that right there. Of course, I have discussions, grades, and then I have direct links to the online tutoring centers and then the online student support services if I needed that. So I have it right there. For discussions, not all classes have this tab, and not all classes have a direct link to another website, but it's important that you know if you're using or if your class does discussions, that you know where they are, how to access them, and how to go over this information. For example, there's different discussions that you may have to respond, and then also different due dates for each discussion. So make sure that you are aware of that when up until when the discussion is available, when it's due, and when or how many replies you have to make. In this case, this is my midterm discussion posting. There's the set of questions that I have to answer, and I would reply here to this prompt. It lets me know how many people I have to reply to. And this professor in particular made it so I cannot see anyone else's reply unless I reply my own answer. It's not always true for all discussions, but in this case, that's true for this one. Okay. Now let's look at this Japanese course. This is a language class, and so the difference between this one and this class, this particular class, is that, for example, this class was meant to be in person, not online. Okay, so once again, very similar, you see the announcements, but as you go down, she gives us information on how to access the syllabus, the course schedule, and then her specific Zoom classroom. And she lets us know attendance is mandatory and the times that we have for office hours. Okay. And then again, announcements, I have the syllabus, and then modules and grades. Because we're not really doing discussions in this class, she doesn't have it on here like the other class does. But we do have discussions. So instead of putting them in its own tab, she has it on modules, discussion, and I would click on here to discuss anything or input my reply. Okay, in this case, she divided it by lessons. Okay. There's other cool features that you can have access to on Canvas. I know that we are a little bit low on time, but I just want to go over them really quickly for you. Again, on the dashboard, on this side, you have your menus. So you have your account, you have your dashboard, you have your courses where you can directly just choose what course you want to see. Then I have calendar, which is really cool because right here it outlines, it shows you all your assignments on one page. So you can either write them out or just reference this. Keep in mind that sometimes not all assignments are reflected on the calendar, so always double check on your syllabus. And then the most important one I feel is inbox. Why? Because depending on how your professor wants to be communicated with, you can communicate with them through Canvas. This is true for example, my Spanish teacher. It's easier for her to get Canvas notifications and emails than through her main email. So I would go on here if I wanted to ask her a question. Once again, that's this little paper with this little pencil on it. And then I would select course. Okay, and so it's under favorite courses. I would select the specific course I want to contact someone in, and then 2. So I would choose from the directory. I want teachers. So specifically, the teacher for this course is Maria Adame. And then I would just type in whatever email or question I want to send her. I can also link any documents or record an audio or video comment if I need feedback about other things other than just a simple question. And you have the option of sending an individual message to each recipient. In this case, because it's just a professor, you don't really have to select that, but if you were sending it to multiple people at once, it would individualize the message. Okay. So that's it for Canvas. You're welcome to post any of your questions or comments or anything specific that you want to see. I want to check YouTube just to make sure that you are okay with what I have presented. Of course, if you have any questions on this, you're welcome to get in contact with the peer mentors. Once again, you know, we are available to help you and assist you on Canvas. As you can see, I'm currently a student, so I know how to use Canvas, how professors have been using Canvas, and I can help you from that perspective. So now going back to the PowerPoint. One second, please. Before I forget, and before we're over with this presentation, Canvas is available on your phone. So you're able to do that and access it on your phone. For quizzes and exams, usually on Canvas, there's a specific tab to them. Sometimes it's under modules depending on the class, but nonetheless, you also have that same access on your phone application. Do keep in mind that sometimes if your professor asks for a specific formatting on any of your assignments, your phone can change them. So keep that in mind when you're trying to use your phone for Canvas. But it works the same way as the one on your computer. You download the application, you type San Diego City College, you log in using your username and password, and then you'd be able to access the same stuff that you can access on a computer through Canvas. Okay, so if no one has any questions, thank you so much for joining us. Please fill out the evaluation that we will be posting on the chat. We really appreciate your attendance and also want to get your feedback of what you want to see, if any of this information was helpful, if you wanted to see something in particular, give us that feedback so we can include it to better help you, because these workshops aren't for us, they're for students to be able to navigate City College and know about all of these resources and how to use them. And as we mentioned before, we do have 2 sessions of these City Ready sessions. This week was the first one, the first session, so Navigate City College. But next week, it's the second session of the City Ready session. So ensuring your success at City, which will be going over how to read your syllabus and understand it, how to get connected to your professor and the benefits that can come from getting connected to your professor. Study skills and time management. So strategies on how to utilize these study skills and time management, and how to improve on that if that's something that you're looking for. And then also other student success support services and resources. As I mentioned before, you have and Edwidge mentioned before, you have English Tutoring Center, you have the LRC, you have access to the library. So you have all of these resources available to you if you need them. And of course, it'll be at the same time, Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can RSVP, or you can just join us live on our YouTube page. Feel free to join us or subscribe. You will be notified when we go live. Our contact information is on the PowerPoint. Let me resume share. As you can see, it is you can call us at 619-800-2739. You can schedule an appointment with us where we would be able to assist you through Zoom. And we will be posting the link. It's bit.ly/FYS Zoom Assistance. And then our email is sdcitycollegepeeradvocates@gmail.com. And you can send us your general questions and we will be answering there. And then our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also follow us on social media at SDCityFYS. That's our handle throughout Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then YouTube, of course, you're already here. You can subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We also have other videos, how-to videos, and on social media, we have the web tips that you are welcome to look throughout our page. We're also posting resources and workshops that become available, and any updates that other departments are sharing with us to help you better navigate the website and navigate this virtual setting. And so we also have City Virtual Support Hour. I highly encourage you to see us there. It's 1 hour per day, different times. That you can it's like the walk-in version of Zoom, where you can just walk in or Zoom in, and you can connect us with this bit.ly. It's Monday 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Tuesday 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., Wednesday 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., and then Thursday 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And it was today from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So feel free to join us during these times. We will be available then, and we will be letting you in as we assist students. Okay. So once again, thank you for joining us. And I know we went a little bit over time. It's 12:03, but I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a happy rest of your Friday.
Bye, everyone.